1. The thought that everything has to be 100% for you to be successful. It is commonly stated that there is nothing that comes with an advantage that does not come with a disadvantage. Nothing on earth can actually be totally perfect without any blemish. Perfectionism can be aimed at, but it definitely cannot be attainable. Ruminating on the perfectionism theory, you would discover that there is actually no perfect car, probably a vehicle that doesn't need fuel, solar, or does not even need servicing or fixing. How does this perfectionist theory affect us or play out with us? A lot of us certainly have a lot of stuff we've put in order for usage and have complete faith in because you always believed in this quote that says if you fail to plan you would plan to fail. It is normal to put some expectations on ourselves, but it becomes harmful when we overload ourselves with expectations that are probably not feasible or realistic. 2. I am destined to fail. Though the process of having a successful life looks tedious, stressful and frustrating, we should always stop and curb the urge to go all the way thinking about the end result of our toiling day and night, whether it is going to be success or failure. The future of our lives is always a result of what we do, it's in your palms like the lines on it. Your journey to be successful is always going to be by your choice. What can you do if you can't stop thinking about what happens eventually? Take time to think of the process, the real story behind every success you make. The small wins you take on your way are what accumulated into an all-round success. Always celebrate and highlight every little success, from graduating off an online course, getting recruited in a firm, and the likes are to be well noted and appreciated. 3. I need other people's opinion in order to be successful. This particular thought is definitely an issue a lot of us face or think about either intentionally or subconsciously in our minds. The fear of what people would think or say about your present job or the next one. Either you are well paid or underpaid, you don't want anybody to know. What you do need from people is support and not approval from anybody to do anything. What makes all of us so different is our values and priorities. The moment you start to seek or believe in people's permission is the moment you start to slow your journey to success. For I always or never do that. This is something we certainly all say out of pride, but little do we know that it actually tells a lot about you not being able to control your behaviors. Never forget the fact that you could change or switch careers most times just to eventually get an expected result. Once you go by this mantra of always and never do something, it grooms space for negativity and people close to you start to see this, then you certainly do have a problem coming up next. Try to restrain such negative thoughts and think about the positive ones and capitalize on them. Focus on thoughts that show how in control of your behavior that you are. 5. My past dictates my future. Nobody finds losing or letting go of the past that easy to do, but if we keep holding on to the past we just might lose the beauty of the present. An experience of a negative scene can actually make you lose confidence and faith in yourself. Every disappointment is always supposed to give you the strength and a direction into what is next. Take every failure as an opportunity to re-strategize and re-evaluate yourself and come up with a better plan and a better solution instead of reminiscing over the past. If you can't help but remember how rough the past has been, then it's probably best you sign up for activities that probably would take your mind off it, either professionally or personally. You could join a club, take some training and the likes just to make you become positive about yourself again. 6. My emotions are my reality. Sometimes your emotions get the best out of you and you start to think less of yourself, either in a bid to want to be like a certain person or better than a certain person. Then you start to think you are not enough. Your inner critic kicks in and starts to tell you every negative thing you probably never realized, and you start to give it a thought and you start to give it space to actually grow in your head and gain space for thought. When this starts, it's best to always have a counter opinion in your head about how great you are. If your inner critic thinks you are not good enough, remind yourself about your little success and achievements instead of concurring to it and believing. It is important to know that our thoughts might just be thoughts, but they make us exactly who we are regardless.